Like, I saw, like, a shadow figure go like this. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all.
Oh, she can't get back in!
Welcome to the first ever episode of Chill and Thrill Reviews, where we dive into the dark, the disturbing, and the downright terrifying. If you're watching this, you probably love horror just as much as we do. Today we're going to kick things off with a film named Huesera the Bone Woman. This Spanish supernatural film has been making waves lately, and we're about to break down every bone-chilling moment, so let's get into it.
Now that that's done, I thought that movie was like, I'd give it a 6 or 7. 6 or 7 out of 10. My reasoning for that, I think a lot of stuff was, I think a lot of it was left up to interpretation, which I appreciate about horror. I don't know. I guess I don't actually have a lot of other critiques. Other than that, was that I don't think a lot of stuff was explained that well.
So you said a 6?
I'll say a 7 or 8, 7, 8 out of 10.
7, 8.
I really like. I personally don't like body horror or gore in movies, but this one did it really well in my opinion.
Well, that's what makes it scary.
I liked it. It did body horror in a manner
very
that didn't
well.
Just gross me out. It creeped me out. Like, it wasn't disgusting to watch. It was creepy to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it did that really well. What do you think, Kurt?
I think I liked it a lot. It reminds me a lot of the creepypastas I've been listening to lately.
Specifically, like Stolen Tongue.
Stolen Tongue.
In a very similar way, because I don't know, because we just listened to that, but
it looked like they were controlling her.
It was like a puppet
too. So I'm gonna give it an 8.
This is our first video.
I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8 right now, but I want to give it a 9. But I'm gonna give it an 8. I'm gonna give it an 8.
And say it's a 10 out of 10, so we get good views. Okay.
We're an honest channel over here.
Absolutely.
So Chill and Thrill.
So I didn't
reviews.
The only thing I didn't like is that a lot of things were like not discussed on like what they were doing for the religious practice, I guess.
That's true too.
Because like it felt like I didn't understand what they were doing. Like, she just all of a sudden showed up there. But I also like it at the same time because it's like up to interpretation, and it reminded me of the Feed the Pig, and I love that too. And the body horror in that wasn't too much to the point where I hated it. That's what I don't like. Like, I don't like it to the point where it's gross, I guess.
Yeah. That's exactly how I was feeling about it.
I don't know. It still gave me the heebie-jeebies though.
It definitely gave me
cracking and stuff, because I knew exactly what was gonna happen when bones started going through the skin.
So what would you rate it, Jake? What would you rate it?
So story-wise, I think it was lacking, like you said, because it's not really explaining everything like too well. However, I think the shots were really good. I think the sound effects are really good.
Whoever the cameraman is.
The cameraman is really good.
Can you edit him on the screen cam? Because
the cameraman,
like, that guy is a 10.
His name, address.
10 out of 10 for the cameraman.
Like, the cameraman was fucking sick. Like, the
cameraman
shot was really cool. There was the sound effects, like when she was sleeping, there was no sound except for the tapping on the floor and then her bone crack. I
like that.
That was really good,
though.
because we've all had the moments when we're like mid sleeping, and you have the moment where you jolt out of bed.
Yeah,
that type of shit.
Oh yeah,
and it did a really great job at emulating that.
Yeah.
So what did I say? 7? Yeah, I'd say 7.
Yeah.
Just because the story wasn't all there. I think they could have done a better explanation on maybe like why she was going through this in the first place. They didn't really explain it that well.
Like why all of that happened. I mean, so granted, we are English speakers watching this movie with subtitles, so maybe not everything was translated perfectly, but
That's a good
from our
point.
point of view, there wasn't really any explanation as to why any of this happened. There was nothing in that sense. There wasn't even really an explanation as to what was happening or how it was resolved. None of that was talked
another
about.
another thing, like you said, it might be even different in Spanish, like
Yeah.
the words they're
translation,
actually speaking. Yeah.
There's
So
also there could be some cultural stuff that we're missing there too.
educate us in the comments, please.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that.
Nobody's gonna fucking.
Nobody
What
cares.
did you-
Hey, Cody.
What did you
Cody.
think, Cody?
So honestly, I'm thinking a 6 out of 10. I'm
Hang
still
on, guys, I'm gonna kick him from the Discord.
fucking
Yeah, get him
asshole.
out. Get him out. Did you see the camera work?
No, the camera work was phenomenal, and like you guys were saying, the body horror, it wasn't too much. It was just right. It was just right. But
Yeah.
a big thing for me personally with horror movies is I don't want like some fucking narrator explaining everything to me, but I want to understand what's happening. And a really big thing about horror movies is the ending. You've got to sell the ending, and I don't know what the fuck happened at the end.
Yeah, that is true.
Like,
Makes a good point.
For
I
horror,
mean,
yeah,
I
they've got to
under-
sell the
Not a
ending.
great ending.
And even if the ending, okay, if the ending is like a cliffhanger, that's fine if you're planning a sequel. If it doesn't get popular enough for a sequel whatsoever, but there wasn't even a cliffhanger there. Like it seemed like all
You
was
talking about-
resolved, but we have no fucking idea. And then she's leaving.
It was
her
like
family.
it was like resolved, like she was cured of this demon or whatever that was following her, but she had to leave her family to do it
I wanna know where she went, like where she
Right, and like,
on her own world.
was that her? Was that the demon in her body? Like there is no clear answer to the end, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm okay with cliffhangers.
Plus, was
but
it
that,
even a demon?
Yeah, I don't
Like we really don't know what
It
is.
was trauma.
It was never explained what it was. It was trauma. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
mental
It could've-
trauma, and then
It
she.
could have been chalked up to like mental illness and trauma from like her throwing the kid down, and she heard
Right.
the noise of the kid hitting the ground, and like that's just been in her mind the entire time, and maybe it's just coming up now.
Yeah, mental illness, traumatic experience, postpartum depression. So then she goes and
comes to
smokes fucking drugs with a bunch of weird old ladies, wakes up, and she's like, I'm gonna leave my family.
Yeah, fuck these guys.
Like,
That could be it, but I don't think it is.
I don't either.
We
I'm
talk
just-
about how the guy was just like dismissing her the entire time. She was talking about all these traumatic things, and he was just like, yeah, whatever. Let's go back to bed.
Can we
Yeah.
talk about how cool the bodies on top of each other were?
That was pretty
Like
gnarly.
I
a
thought
very
that
good
was
shot.
that when that popped up on the screen, I was like, oh,
yeah. That made you fucking listen.
I was like, holy shit, this shit got real.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
So what are we
It's like a
sitting
huge
at for final reviews? I think given everything, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
7. We don't have to agree.
No,
No,
we don't have to
average.
Agree, but what is your
Average.
personal rating?
Yep, that's fair.
I'm gonna say I like it a lot. I do like it. I'm gonna give it a 7.
A 7 is
I'm
still
gonna-
a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it deserves an 8 because of the cinematography. Yes, I think that alone carries the movie for me.
6.
That brings it to
8.
7.
And I might be just being really nice, but
No, I
really
completely-
like the movie.
I completely agree
really-
with you. I think it was shot very well. I think the sound effects were really nice. They did a lot of, I think it's called Poly or whatever.
there was a
for the
lot of
sound.
I like the angles they took on the cameras too. Like,
Yes. It was all designed to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable the whole movie,
Yeah.
and I like that.
I
So
thought it was shot very
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Okay, so we're sitting at a solid 7 out of 10 overall. I think with the reviews done, I think we can conclude the commentary section of the review. So I guess, should we settle on some kind of outro now?
I don't know if we can
Should we-
really settle on an outro yet, but we could just say bye.
Yeah, I guess say bye.
Suggest,
Like,
comment
subscribe, comment, and if you don't, I'm gonna send the Bone Woman to your home.
There you go.
Yeah.
And please leave some suggestions for movies for us to watch in the future. We'd love
Yes.
to watch what you guys want to